deeper than that. In fact, it goes down to, I believe, about 30 metres below zero Australian height dating. Okay, so it actually goes deeper. Okay, but just keep that one in mind for a second. Okay. So grab those two back. Low tech here, I know. That one here. So here's your 50 metres from the top rim of the void. Here's your 58 metres above the top rim of the void. That's what we want to go. That's what the council are looking at the moment. And it's more. It's actually more. I was as conservative as I possibly could with this. It's actually more than that. Now back to this one here, okay? And I'm going to tell you something, okay? The ground underneath, okay? The ground underneath this height of waste has up to 6 levels of old mine shafts. Directly underneath, not over there, over there, over there. Directly underneath. Okay, in some spots there's 2 levels of mining shafts, in others 3, 4, and 5, but it's up to 6 levels of old mine shafts underneath. Now those mine shafts started at about in the year 1900, and they were developed up to about the year 1950 odd. Okay, so between 1900 AD and 1950 AD roughly, those mine shafts were established. Now we all know here in Collingwood Park and in some of the other suburbs around Blackstone and Dinmore and Abbeyvale that mine shafts do collapse. Keep in mind that's the height of the waste. You have a subsidence and they're going to expect us to believe that somehow they can withstand that subsidence and that the waste that goes in there is somehow not going to contaminate the surrounding area. This church that we're standing on at the moment is undermined. Okay? They had a collapse in the car park there a few years ago. Okay? So we're standing over mine shafts here. If we have a collapse 2 kilometres away there, you can't possibly tell me that that's not going to go, because as we know that the artesian water that goes underneath goes from west to east. Okay? So there's a strong likelihood that we will get contamination. Okay? That's in addition to the air pollution that we're getting currently. That's in addition to the fires which Cleanaway are having, incidentally, which is roughly about an average of 1 per year. Okay, we had some great footage. There's Dan over there provided us with some great footage of the most recent fire in July last year, okay, which created a huge plume of smoke and it blanketed Collingwood Park in smoke for 2 days. Okay. Now we're told by BMI, all this waste, this mountain of waste, okay, it's just contaminated soil and construction and demolition waste. What does that mean? Okay, so we've again, our team have researched this. We've had to. The authorities don't volunteer this information. We have to fight for it. We have to pay out of our own pockets to write the information to get this information that we can give to you. But contaminated soil quite often contains things like heavy metals, organochlorines, pesticides, etc., etc. So you can see where I'm coming from. It's not the kind of stuff that you want your kids touching or you want to get into waterways. Construction and demolition waste, what's that all about? Okay, so that's construction comes from building sites, demolition comes from where they knock down old buildings. What do old buildings contain? They contain things like lead paint, asbestos, and arsenic treated wood. That's the stuff they want to bring in. That's the stuff when you see them dumping and that huge cloud of smoke every day is going up into the air, drifting, depending on the wind direction, towards Blackstone and Bundamba and Duval, or this way towards Collingwood Park, Redmond Plains, etc. That's the stuff you're breathing in. Okay?
Excuse me, this is a lot of this from New South Wales.
A lot of, currently, I would say, thanks for the reminder. So currently, I would say the majority of that is coming from New South Wales. So what's happening is in New South Wales, the waste companies are claiming that they're recycling much of the material that they're sending off to landfill, etc. It's not the truth, as the Fairfax report revealed. So what they're doing is they're putting that stuff onto B-doubles, they're trucking it up to the 2 sites that we mentioned before.
And putting them on trains.
Some of it comes by trains. So it either goes to a Cleanaway transfer station at Willawong, that's just near Durack and Inala, just a few kilometres away. or it goes up to the BMI site at Swanbank. Now we've spent many hours surveilling those sites, watching the number of plates coming in and out to ascertain where they're coming from and that kind of thing. We've seen lineups of as many as 20 trucks in a queue waiting to go into the BMI site at Swanbank, and they unload the site. We've kept watching. They unload, it goes into a big mountain of waste, and then there's a loader, just picks it up, same stuff, and puts it onto trucks that come down the road to Newcham to the Cleanaway site. Now, we've spent hours talking with Cleanaway about this. We attend regular, what they're called, community reference group meetings with Cleanaway. And we have asked them on the record, on a number of occasions, do you accept waste from New South Wales? And they have replied, no. Okay, we even tried to ask the question in our most recent CRT meeting, and they wouldn't give us a straight answer on it. Okay? So these are not good corporate citizens, these companies. There's not a lot of honesty. As Janet and Jeff mentioned before, when we go up there to spend our time, and by the way, I welcome anybody else, it's not a closed club. When we go up there to monitor what's going on up there, and we see the non-compliance with the council conditions for running the site, and non-compliance with the state government conditions for running their sites, we don't see anybody from the council, we don't see anybody from the state government there as well, monitoring any of that compliance. And then when we do make a complaint, okay, oh, it's just those, the response we get, oh, it's just those people from Irate again. Oh, they're just complaining again. Now, do you think that's a satisfactory answer, that your elected people in the council or their delegated representatives, or the people from, sorry?
The state government.
Thanks, Brett. Or the people from the state government, instead of dealing with those complaints seriously, serious issues of non-compliance, are just saying, oh, it's just the irate people complaining. I'll get to you in a second. It's just the irate people complaining again. Well, it's not on, because as far as I'm concerned, okay, we have people who are shouldering the burden of the load with irate, but irate is the community. Irate is all of you here. We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't think we were doing this, you know, on behalf of the people in the community. All of us here live in this area. All of us talk to you at the local shops when we bump into you. I know most of the faces here. So we are the community, and I think it's the height of arrogance for the council or for the state government to say, oh, it's just irate complaining again, when we find serious cases of non-compliance, serious cases of pollution of the surrounding environment, and serious cases of breaking the law by these companies. Oh, it's just the irate people complaining again. I have to say we've been very lucky that our state member Joanne Miller she's taken a serious interest in this, and Joanne has actually done a lot to really get this on the front pages, and I can't say the same of many of our other elected representatives, and it is disappointing. However, happy to see them jump on board, happy to see them get into this fight with us, but they need to step up. They need to say, okay, we're going to put this to a vote in council, and we're going to represent the people who elected us. Not representing the dump companies that they put out these subtitles on their conferences saying, we welcome waste. They're representing the wrong people there. They should be representing the people who elected them, not the people who are putting...
Later,
I'll just get to you in a second.
An opportunity.
So please do take heed of what has been presented. If you want to research this yourself, you've been shown how to get to the council's portal, the PD online portal, research it yourself. We'll show you that again if you didn't take it in first time. Also, be at the ready for when the council does open for submissions, okay? Because the council want to hear your voices, okay? Whether or not it goes to a council vote or not, okay, they will still want to see, and they still, because this may go to an appeal in the planning court by BMI if it does get knocked back. And the planning court needs to see that there was strong opposition from the community and the reasons why there was strong opposition from the community. Okay, so it's very important that you do that. We will be putting out more information about that as from today onwards, but if you want us to kind of keep you informed, please, before you leave, give us your name, email address, phone number, whatever, so we can get in touch with you. We can let you know when that period, that time window, and it is only a short time window, when the council does open for submissions from the public. It's critical, because if our group, Irate, are the only ones who put in submissions and objections to that, guess what they're going to say?
So with those people tomorrow, right?
That's right. So
Playing again.
exactly. So please, we're not some little kind of hobby club. We don't do this because we want to, wear some sort of a fancy badge or something. We're doing this because at this point in time, nobody else has been. So we volunteered ourselves to do it. Okay, we're just the same as everybody else here. We're not getting anything out of it. We're certainly, at times, stretching our family relationships and the like a little bit. I've got to go from here and bring my daughter to her grade 12 formal. We've all got things to do, so please take an interest yourselves. Please sort of pick up the ball and run with it yourselves and show your support, because we're all just as valuable as each other. Our voices are just as valuable as the next person, and our state member will let our voices be heard in Parliament as well. So please do don't leave today. We have a few more speakers I know, but please don't leave today and leave it there, because that won't be enough. And then when it's all over and the dump goes ahead, you'll say to yourself, I wish I had done more. So please do more and stay in touch with us. If you have any questions about anything at all in relation to what we've discussed, in relation to what's been presented, in relation to what you can do, please ask us. Don't let it go. Don't wonder about it tomorrow or next week. Do ask us and we will let you know. Okay. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Jim.
You might have to actually do it out here.
I'm going to ask the